Welcome to the Mrs. R Relevant Daily Draft Podcast, sponsored by the Draft Professors. Joined with Newt and Owen. We're going to be going over some prop bets for the draft. This is a yearly tradition. I'm looking forward to this. Newt, summarize this draft cycle.
Exhausting, long, full, chaotic. Happy it's here. Excited for Sunday to come around. But no, it's been good. It's been a really fun cycle to kind of like go through pretty much the entire thing.
Cool. And Owen, you have some prop bets for us?
Yeah, sorry, I'm arguing with Bills fans on Twitter. Well,
I do the same thing with Packer fans. So
there was a tweet saying Bills trade down to the second round, and Jacob Rodriguez and Peter Woods are both available. Who do you take? And I'm like, that's a no-brainer, Peter Woods, right? And all the comments are Jacob Rodriguez, no-brainer, duh. I'm like, what do you? I'm like, I get the argument because like the whole argument is fit, right? Because you got T.J. Sanders, second-round pick, Dwayne Carter, third-round pick, who missed last year because of injury. Ed Oliver, Deion Walker is not a nose tackle. No matter how many times people want to tell me he's a nose tackle. So like, you have a ton of 4I and 5 techs, but like sixth overall player on my board.
Yeah,
I'm finding a way to get all those guys on the field.
You don't pass on talent. Chris Johnson was a testament to that last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many seasons have we had Ed Oliver for 15 of the 16 or 15 of the 17 games.
Right, exactly. I think, and the defense they run now is so multiple and varied in their fronts that like you could make it work. And Dwayne Carter, sorry, I still liked him, but like not enough to make me pass my sixth overall player.
Dude, I still can't get was Dwayne Carter last year?
2 years.
2 years ago. Dude, like that entire cycle, it was like I could not get Lil Wayne out of my head every time I heard Dwayne Carter. It's just like Dwayne Carter. I'm like, the rapper? Wait, what? And it's like, oh no, the Duke defensive tackle, that Dwayne Carter.
The rapper may have had a bigger impact on the fan base than the defensive tackle that we drafted.
That is true. Except Lil Wayne, of course, massive Packer fan. So,
where did that come from? Isn't he? Where is he? Isn't he from
New Orleans? And so the story is, I think like he wanted like everyone down there was a New Orleans fan, and like he wanted to like just kind of be different, and that was right when the Packers had won the Super Bowl down in the Metrodome. Or in the Superdome, and so there's like a bunch of Packers apparel, and he got his hands on some, and he's like, "All right, sweet, I'm a Packer fan now." And so that's where Lil Wayne became a Packer fan from. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good enough reason as any.
So, and I saw that we are not the only podcast that's doing prop bets for the draft tonight because I saw that they had one on Overreaction Buffalo earlier tonight, but.
I didn't watch that, so I came up with these off the top of the dome a couple hours ago. They're kind of there's some takes in there with like we have an opportunity to make takes on these. I know I didn't put any thought into this until just right now, so we're gonna do this on the fly. What's our like? What are we putting on the line here? Because I got it down and I'll write down our answers, but.
Is this like a internet shaming video, like the coffee and mayo type thing?
It could be, but that was super clean because Will Levis was in that class, so it was like it was thematic.
Right.
I'm curious, do we want to do that? We already have a jersey bet going.
Are you Jordan Tyson or Omar Cooper Jr. for that?
I'm Omar Cooper Jr.
Okay, and I'm
Cornell Tate.
Yes. All right, yeah. And that's PPR fantasy points, correct?
Yes, I'm still so confident in that bet. Just
that's
saying.
Fine. You can be confident in that,
especially bet. With like the Omar Cooper Jr. to the Rams picking up steam. I love it.
I'm so excited to get
Owen. Yeah, I just recorded my Huddle Report podcast for my mock, and I have Omar Cooper Jr. going to the Rams at 13, and I gave you a shout out on that one.
I have to submit mine when we get done with this because I just got another email saying like, "Hey, you haven't done it yet."
Yeah, you better get that. You got, was it 11? So you got like what? 2 hours left? 3 hours left?
It's 11:59 Central Time. So
is it Central?
12, okay. 12:59 my time.
All right. Well, there you go. I'll let you pick. What do you want to put on it?
I don't know. Here, we'll go through and we'll do the prop bets. I want to see if the comments can field us any, like, it's either punishments or like a prize or something. What are the other comments to draft professors in the chat think that we should put on the line for these prop bets here?
Newt would have to go on Cheesehead TV with a Bears jersey.
Nagler won't let me
would
do
have
that.
to go on a Buffalo Bills podcast with a Patriots.
This isn't my podcast. Nagler won't let me do that. He'll be like, "No, I'm not putting that up." I
still have my child-sized Gronk jersey I owned when I was younger, as like a baby.
God. I do have a buddy that's a Bears fan that has Bears jerseys. Do you have anyone that has access to, I'm assuming, a Patriots jersey? The equivalent of that?
I do. I have guys with Brady Patriots jerseys.
Oh, well, all right. So I'm going to put this out there. I am shaving my head in July. So I don't know if that's going to be like too much of a punishment. Like I'm going to completely shave my head bald in July.
That's my punishment. So I found this picture. It was the last picture from the last time the Sabres were in the playoffs. And I tweeted
you posted that, right? Yeah.
My wife said if I showed up with my hair, because my dad was like, "Oh, you got to cut your hair like that again." And my wife said, if you showed up with your haircut like that, I'm changing the locks.
Well, all right. So we'll work off of that for now. The loser has to wear their rival's jersey for a day.
Okay, I'll take that.
All right. If there's something else that comes up better, I'll take that. I don't want to do the shaved heads because I've already got a date set that I'm going to shave my head.
I have
my
a
glorious
different
locks
idea.
are going to go away, which I'm sad about. But
are you planning on going to a Packers game anytime next season?
Probably not. I'm broke as hell, man.
My idea is I'll probably make it to maybe one Bills game because of the new stadium. I was gonna say whoever loses has to wear their rival's jersey to a game in person.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to a Packer game, and I don't want to. Don't ruin the experience for me. Once again, I'm a teacher, dude. I wear Cubs jerseys every single day, and I just like walking down the hallway get heckled and like shit just talked at me. I'm like, all right,
I might, I would have to. Once I get my job as a teacher, I would probably I would wait to do it till then because then I would it'd be fair playing field for the jersey.
Once again, if someone comes up with a better idea, I'm all ears. But Rivals jersey, I think is right now the current wager.
I kind of like the one that Joe just put in the comments with. You can do what the mayors of local teams do in the Super Bowl and do a local food swap.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. So I'm assuming
I would get cheese versus chicken wings.
I was gonna say I'm assuming I would get chicken wings and you would get cheese curds.
If you're gonna give me cheese curds, I'm not giving you something as good as chicken wings.
What?
Because you would get chicken wings. You can get chicken wings anywhere now. But you would have to do beef on weck.
Wait.
Dude, take it. Beef on weck is better than
beef on weck is good.
Wait. Okay. So this is fine. I can live with this.
I want to know how we're gonna get the weck rolls.
Oh, you could find
Wisconsin,
them
but that's a different problem for a different.
I was gonna say I'm trying to get the fresh cheese curds with the squeak. Oh, have you ever eaten a cheese curd that squeaks when you bite into it?
I've never had a cheese curd. Period.
I don't. I don't know that I even know what a cheese curd is if it was put on the dish in front of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I can't remember the last.
But beef on weck. Beef on weck is actually the best food in the world.
All right.
You got to have beef on weck with some sponge candy and a Loganberry.
I don't know what you just said to me. Yep. You wouldn't. It sounds like you went full Canadian on me.
Yeah,
it's basically.
So Buffalo has like among the best cuisines of any city in the country.
I mean,
authentic.
It's already the wing capital of the world, and I love wings. But like beyond that, I believe it.
Wings are cliche. That's what everybody outside of Buffalo knows. But so beef on weck, it's a salted Kaiser bun. So imagine a bun covered with salt, and then imagine it has more salt on it. And then it's hot roast beef, little bit of au jus, little bit of horseradish. Ooh. It is the most delicious food in the world. It is my favorite food. Like when I drive into Buffalo, like before I get to whoever house I'm going to, I have to stop and get beef on weck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The best food in the world.
So
when I was working,
JT just put local beer in there. I actually don't hate that one either.
I don't hate that either. Well, ours would just be like Labatt. It's a Canadian beer, which I don't know. You guys have Labatt over there?
Yes, I've had a Labatt Blue before.
Yeah, that's like the local one here. It's not like anything crazy.
Do you not have craft brewers in Buffalo?
We do, but that's not really like. Well, maybe you could do like a Red Kolsch.
I would do Spotted Cow. You can't buy Spotted Cow outside of Wisconsin. Like that is a very, very staple. Thank you. Joe. He knows. This man knows.
Yeah, I'd probably have you do Genesee Ruby Red Kolsch would be the one because that one's good. That's a good one. All
right. Well, we'll formalize them, finalize them, whatever at the end. I like where this is at though.
All right, I like.
And it takes us 10 minutes into the podcast to figure out what the loser is from all of these prop bets. And what do you have to kick the show off?
All right, well, we'll knock out some easy ones first. All right, we'll ramp up here. First one we have is this is going to be we both pick a team. We can pick the same team, but I'll probably go different. I'm gonna let Newt go first because he's the away team here. I'm coming in with the advantage, knowing our previous.
I swear to God, if I hear any I lost because Newt picked first, bullshit.
No, because I could always. I actually get an advantage because I can just say I picked the same, and then we're kind of the same there. But first up is. What team drafts Jeremiah Love? Plant your flag.
I'm going to put who I had for the huddle report, and I got the New York Giants drafting Jeremiah Love with their number 10 pick.
Okay, Newt, you and me have the same exact pick on huddle report.
There we
Jeremiah
go.
Love at 10 overall.
At 10, yep. That is who I have on my huddle mock.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay,
I think
I actually had a question. For the huddle report, I said this on my podcast. So I recorded the podcast maybe 30 minutes ago. So I have Jermod McCoy at 5 to the Giants, and I have Jeremiah Love at 10 to the Giants. If those picks are swapped, I still get 2 points per player, right? Because I matched the player and the team. I just didn't get the pick number right.
Those are not the two players
I actually don't. I don't know. That
part
I'm not sure on.
Right. I was laughing as I said it. I could see those 2 picks being reversed, but I had different logic for why I had McCoy going at 5. But that's also looking like it may be the first bad pick of my huddle report mock. But
Jim, I got McCoy going at 6, and I know that there's the medical stuff that came out recently. I don't know if that's smoke or I don't know if it's legit, but I got McCoy going at 6. So
did you have the Browns taking him, or was there a trade up for him?
There was a trade up from the Dolphins to get there.
Got it. I had the Dolphins trading up for Delane, so we are thinking similar.
No, it would have been. No, I take it back. This is the holy smokes, Jim. We're close because I take it back. I didn't have I had Dallas trading up for McCoy at 6, and then the Dolphins trading up with Washington at 7 to go get Delane. So that's what I had.
It's almost like you and me did the same. Okay,
we probably have a fairly similar one.
We're going sideways here. We're going sideways.
I haven't even done mine yet, but I don't think I would have not thought of any of those. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Sonny Styles and with Caleb Downs for the Giants with their 2 picks.
So Sonny Styles was my first pick for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a mock on Monday, and I was doing some math during the mock. That's always dangerous. But if Styles were to go at 5 or 6, he would be the 6th highest paid linebacker in the league.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't stop them from when the Raiders drafted, or was it even the Bucks drafted Devin White at 4. There's a lot of times where you're just sometimes the player is good enough or the player fits a need and you got to look at who is running that team now with who the Ravens guys who all came over. They built their defense through that kind of middle section, the backbone, linebackers, safeties, D tackles. That was their calling card.
Yeah, I'd honest to God be fine with that. I think Styles is that good of a player, and I think that Reese is going to go higher in my opinion because he's got that edge versatility, and you kind of like get the Mike Parsons maybe like possibly route for him, which then obviously justifies it. But I think there's a lot of things that with that, like I'm always a fan of like just draft a good football player. Like I'd love to see Caleb Downs go in the top 5 because I think he's worthy of it. I don't think he will because, to your point, Jim, there's a lot of things that kind of like are number crunching for that.
Well, this is a great. We've actually preemptively been talking about our next prop bet here.
Wait, so what was yours for Jeremiah Love? I missed
the Titans at 4.
Okay, Titans at 4.
That got a lot of smoke way earlier on, and it kind of fell off. And I do think that was where I was kind of. I've just gotten the vibe that that's the team that's targeting him. They want to just add playmakers for Cam Ward. They've had previous investments in the offensive line in years past. They put some investments in wide receivers last year. I don't think any of the wide receivers are crazy enough to go at 4 this year, and they just want to add some weapons for him. Yeah. I think that would just be their best option. Tony Pollard doesn't prevent me from drafting a Jeremiah Love there. But we were just talking about Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese. Our second prop bet is over-under, our first over-under of this pod. 3.5 Ohio State players drafted in the top 10.
I'm going under.
You're going under? I'm taking it over.
Really? You think?
Smashing. But okay, but you see that's the thing, is that it's top 10. I'm trying to think, where did I have Caleb Downs going in my mock?
I had Downs at 11.
So for me to win the huddle report, it's got to be under. I had Caleb Downs going 12 to Dallas.
See, I had Downs at 10. I'm going to have Downs at 10 to the Giants. I think he's going to one of those Giants picks. The way that they valued Kyle Hamilton, the way that the Ravens valued their safety position. Now that making that transition, you don't really have a guy on the roster that makes me like choose them over Caleb Downs. I think that's what they would go with that. They're going to value that position, that level of player. Then you have Arvell Reese, and then you have Sonny Styles. I think are locks for the top 10. Those are probably locks for the top 5. And then it comes down to, is Carnell Tate a top 10 pick for me? That's the game.
I think both of them. I think Downs and Carnell Tate. Like there is a question mark on the fact that like neither of them are guaranteed to go in the first round. That's why I like the 3.5 mark. I think it's a really good mark to be at.
Because if you put at 2.5, you're like, well, obviously just one of Downs or Tate has to make it.
You know what? Honestly, I would take the bet. I would take 3 versus the field. If it was how many Ohio State players are going to go in the first round, I would take 3, or in the top 10, I would take 3 and I'd give you the field and feel comfortable about that bet.
You know what exactly. I'm saying? So that's why I was like 3.5. Like that feels like that's a good number.
Yeah, no, I totally.
Yeah, you definitely picked. I think 3.5 was the perfect number for that one. Yeah,
because
it's all really about like, does Caleb Downs go in the top 10, or does he slide? Because Miami's at 11, Dallas is at 12. Mm-hmm. The Commanders are likely going to trade out of 7. So is a team going to trade up to that spot for Caleb Downs? I don't think so.
I think if a team trades, it feels to me, I could be completely wrong on this. If it feels to me, if a team's going to trade up, they're going to trade up for a cornerback because you have a very big gap between your top 2 and then like the next highest cornerback. And you got KC sitting there at 9 that desperately needs a cornerback. And so that's kind of like and I know we did this last week with our first round mock, but like that feels like kind of the piece to it. So I think you're going to see obviously like Mendoza and then Styles, Reese, Bailey. And then it wouldn't surprise me if both corners went in the top 10. And so that's 7 picks right there. You're only left with 3 to get both those Ohio State players in order for that to be the over.
I'm extremely confident with Downs at 10. So that's for me, it'd be either 8 or 9 needs to be Tate. And you're telling me the Chiefs wouldn't take Tate at 9?
I think the Chiefs absolutely could take Tate at 9, especially if both cornerbacks are gone. Yeah. If there is still a cornerback on the board, I think it's a coin flip. It's honestly who do they like better?
I had a thought on the Chiefs, right? And it was something actually about Justin Fields. So the Chiefs are there's a really good chance that Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for the Chiefs week 1. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no guarantee Mahomes is coming back. I think the Chiefs are drafting defense because they have, in order to win games, they're going to have to be really low scoring. You shore up the defense until Mahomes comes back. Like, I think that's the Chiefs' window to compete is their defense because, like, anybody going to be worried about Justin Fields throwing to anyone?
No, but I also think that they've won despite that previously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they won the end of the season despite that. Like after Mahomes' injury, like Gardner Minshew looked like he was going to threaten to lead them to a playoff berth despite the injury.
All right, so you're going over.
Yes.
Jim and I are going under.
I'm glad we've disagreed so far.
Yes.
And then this next one kind of
me and Jim have been lockstep on this to start.
Well, I'm glad because then I can have 2 people I'm right against. Here's a fun one. I think this is my favorite one of the list, and it kind of goes off of the fact that we disagreed that 4 minimum, maybe 5 Ohio State players go in the first round, which I think will be clearer in a way the most in the first round. What school gets the second most first round draft picks? And if this is a tie, like if they say like multiple schools tie for the second most, as long as you have one of the teams that ties for second, you win that bet. I think it's a 2-team race for me personally.
Is it Indiana and Miami?
Oh, I didn't even think about Miami. For me, it was Indiana and Clemson.
I think it's
Clemson
Miami
3.
over Clemson.
Who's the
Clemson
third
is-
Miami? Oh, Maui Noah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, Maui Noah Mesidor and
Bain.
Obviously Bain. And then you got Mendoza, Surratt, Cooper.
Or Pons.
See, I think Indiana is only going to get 2.
Clemson is Parker, Woods, Terrell.
Or
Miller.
Or Miller.
Yeah.
I
feel like we've found the candidates. And now I think
there was one that I had in the back of my mind. Now I got to go check. My board for a minute.
Like Alabama doesn't have more than like it's just Proctor, right? I'm not forgetting an Alabama player that's getting drafted this year.
I don't think so. No. Oregon's probably going to be, Sadiq and Thieneman are the 2 names for Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M, Concepcion, Howell. Those are like the possible names.
Utah has 2 tackles.
So, new question: who's going to have more drafted in round 1, Oregon or Indiana?
Indiana.
Yeah,
I don't. So there's no. Who's the third Oregon player? Because
Bregnon.
I didn't think of him. I don't think. I could see a world like Owen pointed out where there's 4 Indiana players drafted in round 1. Now, Surratt, that's a big stretch. I don't think that'll be. But Pons, Cooper, and Mendoza, I'm going to go with, I don't know. Owen, do you want to, I picked first for the.
I'm going to take Clemson. Clemson was the team I was leaning for before that, but the fact that we mentioned Miller and I didn't even think about Miller makes me very confident it's going to be Clemson. I think Clemson's going to have minimum 3.
Oh.
I think it would be Ohio State would have the most. I think Clemson is 2, and then I think the discussion is who's third.
I think
Miami
I'm going to go.
I don't know that there's a school that's going to be able to approach Clemson.
I'm going Miami. I'm going to pick Miami. I want Clemson, but I will gladly take Miami here to be different.
All right. Speaking of Miami and Francis Mauigoa, I think it's a lock for that for you. But he's not a lock to be drafted and announced as an offensive tackle. Our next bet is going to be who is the first player drafted and announced as offensive tackle. Can't be announced as O-line, can't be announced as interior offensive line or guard. Has to be drafted and announced as an offensive tackle.
Monroe Freeling.
All right. That was where I was going with. I think he's the safest option for that. Do you think he's the first?
He's obviously OT1, Owen. Like,
Obviously.
no doubt.
So, Newt, how likely do you think it is that Blake Miller is taken before Monroe Freeling?
Oh God. I feel bad. I feel bad for whatever organization makes that decision because it's a mistake, in my opinion.
Well, but if you need a right tackle, like the Lions, right? If they're moving Sewell to left.
Wait, why would the Lions? I think the Lions is a bad example because the Lions, if they are going to move Sewell to the left, they could just say, oh, or we could just draft this left tackle and leave Sewell on the right side where he's been a dude.
Do you think if the Lions have a choice between Blake Miller and Monroe Freeling, to you, that's a slam dunk that it's Freeling?
Slam dunk Freeling. Like an absolute, the one team. No, actually, no, because I'm trying to think here. Who's got like Arizona? Arizona, I think, is the team where you would say, okay, we really want a right tackle because we've got Paris Johnson at left tackle. And like that is like locked in.
Right.
So I could see that. But once again, Arizona, where they're drafting, they're not going to. If Blake Miller is the first tackle off the board, I would be shocked. They've got Cisse, they got Fano in there.
What the question is? Who's the first offensive lineman drafted?
Wait, what?
Is it
you said offensive tackle?
I know, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So he said Monroe Freeling. He locked that in without even thinking about it. My pick's gonna be Maui Noah because I think he's going 3 to the Cardinals. I think they'll announce him as a tackle.
Okay,
he'll be the right tackle.
That makes sense to me because I see that where like okay he's probably and I agree. I think Maui Noah will be the first offensive lineman drafted. In fact, once again, that's my huddle submission. But I think they'll call him an offensive lineman.
Okay. Do you know and you think Freeling is O-line number 2 that goes? They're like 6 to the Browns?
No, because I think the Browns are going to trade out. But
who else do you think goes before Freeling that doesn't get announced as a tackle?
I think Freeling will be the next one, but I think it'll just be a little later.
So you're hinging on Maui Noah not being announced as tackle.
I think it'll be yes. If you're going by your language, I'm going to say that Maui Noah is going to be announced as an offensive lineman.
So right now, if Maui Noah goes off the board and isn't announced as a tackle before Freeling, I cannot win the bet. But if someone else comes off the board before Freeling and announced as tackle, we both lose it.
Correct.
All right.
Hey, Owen, can I want to jump in here. And let's go round robin. We can't duplicate a school. But Newt, name a school that will have at least 2 players taken in round 1. And let's
Utah.
Okay. Owen, name another school that's going to have at least 2 people go in round 1.
Indiana.
I'll go Miami.
Ohio State.
Clemson.
So that we're up to 5. Oregon.
Texas A&M.
Which 2 from Texas A&M?
Cassius Howell and Casey Concepcion.
Got it. And then Basantis could sneak in there too. Okay.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
So we're up to, I think that we're up to 7 now. Oh, and you have another.
This might be a stretch.
Oh, I got one.
Georgia.
Ah, that was the one right there. Yeah.
Okay,
Kristen Miller and Monroe Freeling.
There's also C.J. Allen too.
Ooh. Okay, so we're up to 8.
And just because you hate C.J. Allen doesn't mean he won't possibly be.
I don't hate him. When everyone was down on him, I was like, "Good, keep pushing it down so he can go to the Bills."
This is me mentioning, hey, C.J. Allen could be a first-round linebacker. This is on.
I more just don't think that's going to be the thing with how he's been talked about recently.
So Georgia, Jim, you got one?
Yeah, I've got a 9th. Arizona State.
Let's go.
Okay. Good one. So over under 8.5. Okay.
Under
8.5, meaning that there will be
I'm going under as well.
8.5 schools with multiple players taken in round 1.
I'm going
go
under because I think 8.5. I would put it at 7.5, and I'd still take the under. Honestly,
I think the least if I had to power rank the least likely, it would be. I think Texas A&M is the least likely.
Texas A&M is least likely. Georgia, and I think Oregon. I'm not sold that Thieneman's going to be a first round pick.
That's understandable.
So
it shouldn't be.
So that right there, that's 3 schools that I got a question mark about. I think the rest are foregone conclusions.
I think Thieneman's going to be a first round pick though.
Okay.
And then so a dark horse, Tennessee could have 2 guys going
with
round
Hood
1.
and McCoy.
Corners.
That one makes a ton of sense to me. Who was I just looking at? It was I'm blanking now. Move on.
Okay. Anyway, Owen, I appreciate you letting me hijack that. I was doing some math in my head, and I said, I can create a hot take out of this one.
That's a nice one. All right. So this one has a built-in tiebreaker. If it comes down to 16 and 16 even, we can go to pick 33 to decide this. What side of the ball gets more first-round picks, offense or defense?
Pause. Why don't I just got to bring up my first round mock. I'm gonna trust what I submitted to the huddle report. Do you have one in your head?
I have an answer. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Do you want to talk about yours while I pull my mock up?
Yeah, I'm going to look at my huddle report, and I have to go do a count. My instinct is offense.
Here, I'll count aloud right now with my huddle report. So I'm going to count offense. Mendoza, Maui Noah, Fano, Love, Freeling, Lemon, Tate, Tyson, Proctor, Sadiq, Vega, Cooper, Concepcion, Boston, Lomu, Miller, Ihahanachor. So I'm gonna go with offense, but it is 17-15 split. I'm going offense.
All right, so we're both gonna go offense in that one. It's tight though, right? I think it could definitely be tight.
Jim, what do you got?
I'm 17-15 in favor of offense. On my
that is. All right, we are all 3 in lockstep on that one.
Yeah, it's close. And I'm doing my whole report after we're done with the podcast, and I might have it. I reserve the right that when my whole report's done to change that answer.
I like that.
All right, kind of sticking with that. So you just keep your whole report up. Which position, and maybe you already answered this because you with your Thieneman take. Which position has more players drafted, safety or corner?
Corner
in round 1.
What?
In round 1.
What kind of cornerback?
There's 3 safeties considered.
One of which you hate.
Yes, but I'm being predictive here, not based on what I like.
Right.
And if we talk about the top 2 corners, and then there's a drop off, is there going to be even a third one taken?
Oh, I think while there is a drop off, I think that conversation starts to heat up again around the back half of the first round. Yeah. And a Colton Hood, Avion Terrell, D'Angelo Pons, Chris Johnson, Brandon Cisse, those names, they start to kind of churn, and it's all right, well, I could see one of these where Emmanuel, who was it last year out of South Carolina? Eamon Wari. Eamon Wari wasn't even a first round pick.
Yeah.
And so I look at him and everything that he's got going from. Love that out of JT. I just that's kind of where I fall with Thieneman too. And I know JT kind of he said that he was a little bit weirded out where I said that I don't think Thieneman's a lock to go in the first round. I don't, and I wouldn't be surprised then beyond that if McNeil Warren doesn't. I don't think McNeil Warren. I mean, shit, we saw it with Watts last year. Watts was a 3rd-round pick. And so McNeil Warren, I don't think is if
McNeil Warren goes in the 3rd, I will be the biggest Emmanuel McNeil Warren fan you'll ever see in your life, because that's where he should go. But I think that there's. I think I'm going to take safety, because that was the whole point. The point of me making this prop is that I think there'll be 3 safeties that go in the first. That teams are learning that, oh, cool. If we want to get these safeties, they have more value now. We had guys who went super late last year.
I would take you double on that. I think corners will double the number of safeties drafted.
Oh, that is bold.
You want to change that and make that the bet?
I don't. I want to stick with my original wager here.
No. Oh, and all like you and I can do like a side bet for like
we'll do side
like bet. We'll buy each other wings when I'm in Buffalo or something.
Yes.
But that's a bold bet.
I would say
that's a bold bet, Jim.
Well, first of all, 4 corners going in round 1 is steep. But at minimum, there's going to be, to me, it's 3 corners in round 1, 1 safety in round 1. And then the question would be, are we more likely to see the 4th corner or the 2nd safety? Right. So to me, that's what the conversation is. Is it a 4th corner goes in round 1? But a couple things to think about. So if you look at the top of round 2, the Titans need a corner. They actually need 2. The Raiders need a corner. The Jets need a corner. Okay. If a team really needs a corner, like let's say Minnesota doesn't take a corner in round 1, but they know that they need a corner, you trade up ahead of those 3 teams to go get your guy. Right? Because Minnesota's vying for a playoff spot. So if they see, hey, Colton Hood is there at pick 32, trade up and go get him.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna recant my my kind of bizarre take on Jim's take, because I've got 4 corners going and only 1 safety going. So actually, I aggressively agree with Jim now that I'm looking at
it. All right, let's stick with either or on these positions.
Oh, and it's getting to the point where people are beginning to agree with me on podcasts, because you were doing it last night, and now I'm getting Newt to change his mind.
Listen, we all go mad eventually at this point in the season.
I'm just reading what I got written up, man.
All right. No, this is going to be, you know what? Based on what Newt's saying about his huddle report, it's going to be another situation last year where we're going to be way off. Last year, Newt was way high and I was way low. This year, it's going to be the same thing. Let's see who ends up being higher. I know that was your victory lap, is that you beat me.
I was just saying, can we point out I was higher on the huddle report last year than you?
Yes, you were.
I think we need to just like make that known really quick.
Newt, just out of curiosity, what did you do in the huddle report last year? Like, what was your score for round 1, and what was your score for top 100?
Oh, the top 100, I'm always terrible with, because I don't ever grade it based on where I think they're gonna go. Those are my grades. So I'll always submit a top 100, but I always score like shit on it. But for, I want to say I had 34, 36.
You were at 37.
37.
I just looked it up.
All right, there we go. 37. I kind of lowballed myself there. What did Owen have? He had like 35. He was only like a couple off me.
I had 32, and now I'm gonna go.
I had 20 something.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was low. I whiffed.
You were 33, Owen.
Oh, I was 30. I thought I know. There we go. Hey.
We're not giving ourselves enough credit here.
Apparently not. All right.
So that's 33 points out of a total of 96 for those keeping score at home.
Whoa. Okay, like the winner of the huddle report. Like, what did the winner have last year?
Well, I guess right, and
something.
It's
if you score in the 50s on this, you're doing
amazing.
Really well.
Yes.
Yeah. Peter Schrager and talk to all the teams beforehand.
Exactly.
No, my goal is always to score higher than Chris Collinsworth.
My goal,
I did last year, so I'm good.
My goal is to score higher than a notable scout.
Yep. That's a fair goal. All right. So that was safety or corner. Now we're going to do tight end or running back. Which position, this is going out of the first round now, gets their second player drafted first?
Ooh, this is good.
Wait, say that one more time, please.
This is good.
Between tight end and running back, which position gets their second player drafted first?
Hey, you stole this. I did this exact take on the Sunday podcast.
Hand of God, didn't watch it. I didn't know that.
Jim, you know Owen doesn't watch your stuff when he's not on it. Come on.
My face isn't there. I'm not watching. What are you talking about? All those times I'm commenting in the chat, I got my cat to do it. Actually, my cat's on the keyboard going.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, Mowgli.
I'm going second tight end.
Who can I ask who? I'm curious. Is it Stowers?
I don't think it's Stowers. I would think it's Roush, Delp.
Roush is the second tight end, really? Whoa.
Newt, I'm going tight end.
I have to go look at the board. Give me a minute. Let me go look at the board.
No, Jim, I love the flag plant if it is Roush. I love also can we just take
Roush,
a moment?
Delp, Claire. I knew I was missing one.
Claire would be the
Delp,
one
Claire.
besides Stowers that I could see. Can we take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that Oscar Delp is finally getting talked about as a top 100 pick? I'm a big Oscar Delp fan. I love this. Owen, do you just hate that?
I haven't watched him, so.
You what? Are you actually serious?
I haven't watched a lot of tight ends. I was supposed to watch him the one weekend. I haven't watched a new prospect in a month and a half.
How have you not watched Oscar Delp?
I've watched 5 tight ends. Can
you just do me the biggest favor before the draft starts? Can you just watch Oscar Delp? Because he's awesome.
I can,
that's one player I want you to watch.
Oh, I've watched 7 tight ends, and only one of them I've watched updated film on, and it was Kenyon Sadiq. The Bills don't need a tight end. I had no drive to have to watch to want to watch.
The Packers don't need a safety, and I've still watched. How many safeties have I watched?
But we podcasted about safeties.
But I watched them regardless. I watched 14 safeties.
Yeah. You see, it's because I interrupted the tight end episode. That was when we did a marathon mock or something like that.
It's all Jim's fault. Yeah.
I think I watched 9 quarterbacks this year.
I have 3 or 4. No, we did a quarterback episode. I watched I updated all these quarterbacks.
All right. So I'm gonna go running back.
Is it Price
for my pick? Yes, I'm gonna go running back.
This is another one where I think tight end could double running back a couple of times. Meaning if we look at the end of round 2, I could see 2 tight ends, 1 running back, and by the end of round 3, I think it's 4 tight ends, 2 running backs.
You think there are going to be only 2 running backs drafted in the top 100?
I said this is a situation where I think it could double. Right. I'm not as confident on this one as I was on the corner safety one. But
I would. Can I introduce an over under?
Oh, go for it, Nate.
Can we put the over under at 4.5? This is tough. 3.5. I think everyone's going to go over, but 3.5 for top 100 running backs.
Which position?
I'm
taking the under.
Really? Oh, okay. I'll gladly go over for that.
What was the 3.5 running backs in the
top 100?
So first 3 rounds.
I'll take the under.
Okay. Can we write that one down too?
Yeah. I got it right here.
Okay. So Newt, what 3 teams will definitely select a running back before the end of day 2?
Well, we've already addressed the Giants, so I can check that bad boy off. I don't know, Jim. These are questions I wasn't prepared on. Give me a second here, all right?
So the reason that I'm asking the question, so I'll let you think about it, but here's the reason why I asked the question, is that other than Minnesota,
Minnesota
I
number 2.
can't think of a team where the need at running back screams, we got to add somebody to the room quickly.
All right. Well, so put it this way then. Okay. So Minnesota, and then you are already predicting the Giants to take Jeremiah Love.
Correct.
So there's 2 in my favor.
Right.
Cardinals.
Didn't they just sign somebody in free agency?
I think
running back
did they
room
sign
is full.
James Conner back?
They also drafted Trey Benson.
So they have Benson, they have Connor, and I thought they signed somebody.
Tennessee Titans.
Okay,
I'd agree with that.
I will bow out on the Cardinals one because I forgot about Benson. Did he get hurt or something like that, or has he just kind of been under the radar?
Listen, I had him as like running back 6 in that class, and everyone thought he should have been a first-round pick. I thought he was kind of underwhelming tape-wise anyway, but he had massive injuries coming out of college.
I remember that.
He got banged up this past season.
Who's Carolina's running back?
Well, it was supposed to be Jonathan Brooks, another player I was lower on.
Once again, the guy that's now had 2 ACL tears.
Yeah, he was like RB7 or RB5 for me, something because of injuries.
I love Jonathan Brooks when he was healthy, but that's once again another one.
They had Rico Dowdle last year.
Right, and Dowdle just went to Tennessee, didn't he?
Yeah, but they had another one. They had someone else who was popping off. They had a really good
Hubbard.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard.
He's paid too.
Did the Saints get someone in free agency?
HM.
Yes.
That's right.
And they still have Kamara.
The Kamara.
And they have was it Devin Neal?
And Audric Estime too, if you want to count him in there.
They brought in Audric Estime?
They got him from the practice squad.
That's another home run for me on running backs. I had him as like a 5th round grade. Everyone always overhypes these running backs, and I'm like, no.
Audric Estime, I'm pretty sure it's work ethic more than anything. Who do the Rams have besides Kyron Williams?
Blake Corum.
Oh, that's not moving the needle for me at all. Blake Corum is running on bald tires right now, man.
I don't think they invest another 3rd round pick.
That's true. That's fair. Baltimore Ravens.
Keaton Mitchell. They love him.
Newt, I agree that the Ravens should invest a pick in running back in the draft.
I know where you're kind of coming. Top 100. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I've got one that's stewing.
I know what it's going to be. It's going to piss me off.
List every wide receiver by name that will be drafted before Makai Lemon. Newt, you get to go first.
Every wide receiver by name that'll be drafted.
Who will be drafted before Makai Lemon?
Carnell Tate, and that's the list.
Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson, that's the list.
Okay, my list.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Concepcion, Omar Cooper Jr., Tyson, Boston.
Boston, too?
I had Lemon going to the Chiefs pick at the back of round 1 of my huddle report.
Damn.
Wow. That's that's
if I get that pick right, the world will not hear the end of it.
Everyone will know my name.
Remind me, because I'm looking at the comments here. Was Kuiper high on Simpson? Is he in the Orlowski camp of having him like?
I haven't watched him.
I don't know. Can we trust Mel Kiper's assessment of quarterbacks anymore?
I don't know, but my answer to that would have been
that made you laugh.
My answer to the Iowa Joe's question would have been Simpson. If that was the case, because our next prop bet is going to be which team takes QB2. I'm not even saying Simpson. Just who takes quarterback 2 in the class?
Cardinals.
Why you're so confident it's not the Jets or any of these other teams at the top of the 2nd round?
No, the Jets suck. They're trying to load up on weapons and get the other holes filled before 2027.
In my head, it's a 2-way race between the Steelers and the Cardinals.
So I was thinking Steelers. That was the team I was leaning towards.
But
does Simpson go in the top?
I don't think it'll be
second?
Miami. I think we were doing a mock draft somewhere on one of the shows, and somebody was pointing out, Miami is kind of in on Malik Willis, so they may invest in a quarterback. It just won't be early.
That's the thing where, like, I don't think you pay Malik Willis. You bring him into kind of the same organizational structure, and then like pull an Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, with Kirk Cousins.
Will Howard was liked by the previous regime.
Wait, did the Steelers flip GMs too, though?
I thought so.
I didn't know.
I thought he like was retiring or stepping down at the end of the year.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. I thought that was the case, but I might be misremembering.
Guys, let's take a look at Joe's thing here, because first of all, if we get this one right, like we can like snip it, clip it, and repeat it. If Mel Kiper has a meltdown on air this year,
I don't want that man to have a meltdown.
Oh,
that was awkward.
I mean, we're going to be having live coverage here, so I'm not going to have to listen to it. But if he has a meltdown, what player will he have a meltdown over? I'm going to say Jalen Husky, the safety from Maryland.
Is he a big Jalen Husky fan?
He's the person who told, like, he mentioned Husky like on a show in October.
Oh shit!
And then I started asking the draft professors about him, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a good take by Kiper." So Kiper likes Husky, but like as I'm looking at different like draft professor boards, there's a lot of people that have Husky in like round 5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, I've got him. I think around 5 grade.
I think it's got to be something with the first round. Like, who's he high on? Who's he high on that?
No, but that's what I mean. He might be day 2 high on Husky, who's going to end up going on round 5. So my prediction for the meltdown is going to be Husky.
Is he high on Woods or David Bailey?
I think Bailey actually will go high. That's the thing.
Well, because I started doing the huddle report while like Simon was screening right now, and I have Bailey right now.
Zachariah Branch. That's mine. Zachariah Branch.
Ooh.
I remember him being super high in Zachariah Branch.
Was he high on? Was there a wide receiver he was high on? I feel like, was it Boston or was it Fields, something like that?
I just said one. What?
No, another one, a different one.
Oh,
one of those big body guys.
What do you mean? Chris Brazel the second.
Yeah, he'll go crazy over that one. That'll be mine.
Yeah.
No, he also likes Denzel Boston.
No, that'll be the one. Boston, he'll go crazy over. Because I was trying to think of someone who maybe will fall out of the first that's his freakouts, is when someone he thinks is gonna be a first round pick falls out and he flips his lid. I think that'll be Denzel Boston.
All right, I'm gonna go with Branch.
Yep, and I'll go with Husky. And just as an FYI, I Googled who Mel Kiper was high on, and it gave me a list, which includes Mendoza Love, Ian Otchor, Tyson Reese, Maui Noah, Jimmy Rolder, Avion Terrell, Denzel Boston.
I think he's high in Jimmy Rolder as a late round sleeper, though. He can't be thinking Jimmy Rolder is going to be a top 100 pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, right? But Rolder and Boston were in the same section.
Yeah, no, I agree with Joe. It's not going to be anything like last year with the Shitter Sanders.
We can't be.
I don't even remember what it was last year.
Are just going to hit the mute button.
I really don't remember I really don't remember his freak out from last year.
It was like they were trying to calm him down on it, and like it was like a 10-minute segment where
I'm going to have to watch this when we get off.
No, but it was more like it wasn't just a 10-minute segment. You're right, he did go off for 10 minutes, but basically he had a day 1 or day 2 grade on Shedeur. So everybody that was watching day 2 heard Kiper talk all during day 2 about why Shedeur should be drafted. And so we didn't go until round 5. Basically, the audience got to hear 2 days of Mel Kiper only talking about Shedeur and not about the other players. And everybody, I can guarantee you when you listen to the Draft Professor coverage, we will talk about every player that gets drafted. Like that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
So, whether we like the player or maybe we're a little bit lower on them, we'll talk about every player that is drafted.
All right. I have 2 more prop bets here. We have a total of 11 now because I added in the 3.5 running backs top 100 one. The next one is going to be, so we have, I think it's 6 teams currently slated to not pick in the first round. Over under 0.5 teams that are currently slated to not pick in the first round make a pick in the first round.
Who's the? I gotta figure out who's the closest.
Okay. I think it might be Cincinnati.
I
have Tankathon in front of me.
It might be Cincy, yeah.
So, like, Cincinnati isn't the type of team that typically trades up.
That's the problem.
You have Atlanta, Cincinnati.
If a team traded up to me, it would either be Atlanta or Jacksonville. But
yeah.
I'm still taking the under.
Jacksonville doesn't have a pick until what, 56?
Correct. But there were rumors that Jacksonville was trying to get into round 1. And Jacksonville has enough 3rd round picks that if there is a guy they like, they could take their 2nd and a couple of 3rds and package them to move up. Because if I'm Buffalo, I would and that goes back to the podcast we did last night. Could you imagine Jacksonville trading up with Buffalo and Buffalo getting Jacksonville 2nd and a couple of 3rds?
That'd be a crazy trade. I don't know why they would do that.
The problem is Jacksonville made that exact move last year with Travis Hunter, and I think their current GM, when you look at it, it's like, yeah, he took that big swing, but he's calculating the fact that he's not going to you can't do that 2 years in a row. I'm gonna go with the under. I'm gonna go that no team that is currently outside of the first round will trade up into the first round, with Cincinnati being the closest team at 41. They'd have to trade up 9 spots, and like we just said, since he's not a team to make that trade, the next closest team is Indianapolis at 47, and that's a pretty big leap. So I'm out on this one. I'm at the under.
So to trade up into round 1, I would take the under. I do see a world where Indy trades up to get a linebacker, but they don't have to trade up into round 1 to do it.
I wouldn't fight that. I would even see a world where Jacksonville even does trade up with something, but not like selling the farm to trade up like they did last year.
Yeah. All right.
But did they really sell the farm?
They traded a future first.
Traded a future first,
but is that selling the farm?
That's if you're trading a future as a Packer fan that doesn't have a first this year or next year, like even this year, that first hurts. Like that's a lot to not have a first round pick.
If you trade away 2 firsts, like you're selling the farm to get Micah Parsons. But if you trade away just 1 first so that you can go up and get your guy.
But Jim, how far did they move up? They moved up like 2 spots.
And again, what's the definition of selling the farm?
I agree. But they moved up like 2 spots. That was the thing. They traded a first to move up from 4 to 2?
Yep. And I want to give a shout out to the people, for the draft professors for Jacksonville that were running Epic Mock in 2025, because they called the trade up for Hunter. Like, I was watching Epic Mock, I'm like, the Jaguars aren't going to do that. And the Jaguars went and did that. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't say that out loud.
All right. Speaking of trades, I have one more. We have one more prop bet, and then I have a take from filling out this Huddle report. I think I'm just actually surprised that I'm more as comfortable I am with what the pick I just made as I am. But last prop bet, and this has to do with trades. Over under 8.5 spots is the biggest move in a round 1 trade up.
So into round 1 or
Just a trade that happens in round one. We see them over under 8.5 spots is the biggest mover.
Well, I'm taking the under. And like I would smash the under. Like you could probably go 5.5, and I'm still taking the under.
Who's got a lot of value in round 2? That's kind of where I'm looking at. If you're gonna have an 8.5 spot move up, you have to have a lot of like day 2 capital.
It's Houston.
It's
Houston and Chicago.
Or move that, like kind of Owen's using as the prelude, move a future first. I don't think there's anyone in this class outside of Mendoza, and I don't even know if Mendoza is worth a future first.
Yeah, so the idea is, though, a lot of teams, we've talked about, there's multiple trade outs from the top 10 that like teams don't want to be picking there. They're interested in moving out. It might be cheaper to move up this year than it is in other years, just because there's so little value for teams in the top 10 that there's so many of them are trying to move out that you might be able to get a better deal. So there might be more active trades. And especially if it's going to be top 10, if you have teams that are sitting in like the early 20s or late teens and are like, I want to try to I have a guy, I want that guy. I think we're in a terrible spot unless we get a knockout player. We might as well go make our move to go up and get there. And the asking price might not be as much.
I want to make sure I understand the question. For picks 1 through 32, the question is, will a team move up more than 8 spots via a trade to make a pick at one of those spots?
Yes. So okay. 32 to 23 would be 9 spots. That's the over.
Right. But if someone moved up from, let's say, 41 to 32, that would also count.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go under. Ooh. JT's going over.
I'll take the over on this one. I think there was rumors about the Cowboys trying to jump the Giants for a player early on, which is a 9-spot trade. I think there is enough value towards the top of the draft that people there's good players that are going to be gone because they're going to be the only good players available, maybe not top 10 worth. And the price, because so many people want to move out of the top 10, there might be a price that maybe one of these teams that are.
Who are the Giants going to jump who are the Cowboys going to jump to the Giants for?
I think it's
Styles.
Man, you're going to make a 9-spot move up for a linebacker?
Probably.
I mean, they did it in the movie Draft Day.
Still haven't watched that. Is it good?
No, it's terrible. It's not a good movie.
So, Owen, on this take, I'm smashing the under by like 50%. But I will call a shot. If a team is going to trade up more than 8.5 spots, it's the San Francisco 49ers.
To get a left tackle or for what?
Wide receiver?
Well, I don't know what position it would be, whether it's wide receiver or tackle, I think would be the 2 big ones. The 49ers have 4 4th-round picks. They have the ammo to move up. So every 4th-round pick can move you up about 3 or 4 spots. So you package 2 of those 4ths together, and they can get, like, I was looking, they may be targeting some of the same players as the Ravens, Buccaneers, and Lions. And that's 13 spots to get to the Ravens. I don't think it happens, but if a team does, I actually think it's the 49ers. And then my second runner-up would be the Bears.
My top team would be I'm with JT. I think it'd be Miami. Very similar to what you're talking about, Jim, with the number of, but they have 3rd-round picks. Like they have I think 3 or 4 3rd-round picks. So I think they've got the ammo to do that. I just don't know with that Miami team. I don't know if they do, aside from trying to get an early cornerback.
So I'm the opposite on Miami. I think Miami's more likely to trade out of round one, what's their second pick is like 29.
Yeah,
Miami
they need players.
No, they don't, but they don't have the salary cap space to pay 2 first-round picks.
Okay.
So for Miami to trade up to get a 3rd first-round pick, JT, they don't have the salary cap space to sign that player.
All I'm hearing is you're just giving me another spot in the first round for a team to trade up over 9 spots to get up into it because the team is desperate enough to get out of the first.
I don't know. If the New Orleans Saints have existed this long in their salary cap crisis, I guarantee Miami can figure out a way to exist this long.
We're also discounting using players as trade chips.
That's true.
For these move ups.
Yep.
But that's all the profits I got. We can run back through them real quick. We have 11. So first one was what team drafts Jeremiah Love? Newt went with the Giants. I took the Titans. Newt specifically Giants at 10. So it's him calling a shot. Number 2, over under 3.5 Ohio State players getting drafted in the top 10. Newt went under. As officially right now in my whole report, I have the over with that. I haven't submitted it yet, but I've gone through my top 10. Which I have a take about that at the end here because I have a player that fell out of my top 10. I'm surprised by myself. Number 3, what school gets the second most first-round draft picks? Newt went Miami. I went Clemson.
I think I'm going to lose that one.
Number 4, who is the first player drafted and announced as an offensive tackle? Newt went Monroe Freeling. I went CC Maui-Noah. Number 5, what side of the ball gets more first-round picks? We both went offense. Number 6, are there more safeties or corners drafted in round 1? Newt and Jim said the corners would double safeties, and I went with safeties. And all right, so what's next? Which position gets a second player drafted first? Tight end or running back? Newt went running back with Jadarian Price. I went tight end with Stowers. 8, team to draft quarterback 2. Newt went Cardinals. I went Steelers. Number 9, over under 0.5 teams pick, or 0.5 teams pick in the first that aren't slated to as of right now. We both took the under. Number 10, over under 8.5 spots for the biggest move in a round 1 trade. Newt said the under, and I said the over. And then number 11, over under 3.5 running backs drafted in the top 100. Newt says over, and I said under.
We got one more. Jim had what was the mark we were going to put it at? 7.5 for number of schools that have 2 players drafted in the first round.
Okay, so over
I'm
under
going to go under for that. For 7.5 number of schools with multiple players drafted in the first round.
All right, so you're taking the under on that one. I'll take the over. I think there's enough. We came up with enough answers that I think like maybe Georgia could, Texas A&M could. I was actually just thinking about putting Howell here at 15 to the Bucks because they really liked him, but I don't know yet. I don't want to pull the trigger on that. It's pretty early, but we'll see.
You never know. Jim, where are you at on that one? 7.5 for your own line.
With the number of schools that have 2 players taken.
Yes.
It's funny. I came up with the take, and I didn't.
I was gonna say, I feel like you'd have a strong take here.
Well, and I was just I was thinking out loud, it's just we were going through it. I think I would, if it was at 7.5. I think the number is 7. I think there's going to be 7 schools with 2 or more players taken. So I would take the under if it's at 7.5.
All right. I think I feel like Owen's leaning towards 8. So
yeah, that's the exact number I'm thinking.
As Owen has done with this, I think that the 7.5 is a pretty good mark.
All right. Last thing I have is, so I'm doing my whole report. I'm on pick 15 with the Bucks. I'm kind of molding over that. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to wrestle with when we get off this pod. But I have Ruben Bain outside my top 10 right now.
That I hate it, but I'm also not surprised by it.
Right. Like, I look at it, I'm like, that can't be. Let's go put him, let's find a place for him in the top 10. I'm reading through my top 10. I'm like, no, I feel pretty good about a lot of these picks. I'm like, where would he go?
So that's not the case for me. I've got Ruben Bain to New Orleans.
I have New Orleans taking David Bailey.
Oh, I've got Bailey going to Tennessee. But you have Love going to Tennessee, right?
I love going to Tennessee.
All right. Well, then there we go. I think we understand why this happened now.
Yeah. No, that would be the spot. Would be Bailey would go to 4, and then Bain would go to the Saints. But then Love would be out of the top 10 for me.
Jim, where do you got Bain going?
I think it was Kansas City at 9.
I have them taking Tate.
Who do I have Kansas City taking? Oh, mine pisses everyone off. I got them taking Spencer Fano. And everyone hates that take.
I mean,
oh yeah,
right tackle.
And like the Chiefs draft professors don't want to see an offensive tackle in round 1.
I don't care what the Chiefs, the Chief draft professors want to see. That's what I think will happen, because you get
but why?
Because number one, I think I don't think that right tackle is answered, and with Fano, you're also getting then a guy that can slide into guard, and so yes, they have Trey Smith. I'm not discounting that by any means, but you're giving yourself a little bit of depth along the offensive line. You're giving yourself a little reassurance there, and you're showing up the right tackle position. Therefore, I think that protecting your biggest investment, a la Patrick Mahomes, is the top priority. And with having 2 first-round picks, I feel more comfortable about it. Now, if there was a cornerback available in my mock draft at 9, I would have gone cornerback. But there wasn't.
See, there was for me, and they just still didn't take him.
Okay. And so there wasn't, and then I took that. I don't know. I also thought, like, and this is me being jaded. They've taken so many damn receivers so early. Like, it's just like I can't continue to like just go and miss on these guys.
Have they? They took Worthy. Who was it before that?
Rasheed Rice was their second round pick.
He was a second round pick. He was like in the 50s.
I took him early. They took him early, Owen. And
it still hasn't fixed it. It's not like they're the Panthers, where they still have some decent options despite taking early picks, and they're contemplating throwing another one there. Like, shocker, who would have thought Xavier Worthy would have not been worth a first round pick? Couldn't have seen it coming. Gave him the new Tyreek Hill, they said. Ty Simpson being a top 16 pick.
No, I could believe it.
No.
Yeah, we saw Kenny Pickett go what? Was it
20th.
16?
20th,
whatever.
But I think you guys are on it. Actually, you know what it would be for me, Joe? It would be
Carson Beck.
3 or 4 quarterbacks went in round 1.
3 or 4.
Do you think?
That's what I mean.
Do you think there's smoke? Like the Carson Beck thing is smoke, or do you think that there's like legitimately top 50 hype around him? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like, do you think? Here's a question: who's a better prospect, Tyler Shough or Carson Beck?
Shough.
Oh, all right. That's firm disagree here.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't watch Shough last year, but people I respected a lot when I was still working at UB this time, they told me about Shough, and I was like, okay, I'll believe you guys. So I kind of stuck with their evaluation, and I hate Carson Beck. So that doesn't help.
This guy sucks. I'm not gonna pick him anyways. That's fair.
This was a pretty good show, and this is always fun doing like the pre-draft wrap up, right? I mean, we just summarized 12 months of podcasting on this draft class. And then it's all over tomorrow.
All of that work.
Right? Like Newton Owen, you remember what, like 2 years ago, I said, hey, do you guys want to podcast 5 weeks? and just do some scouting reports on offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And then like 2 years later, like Newt and Owen are doing the Cheesehead TV guide. Like this has been a wild ride, guys.
It's been a very wild ride, to say the least, Jim.
So, Newt, you want to let everybody know where they can find your draft content as well as what you're doing for day 1, 2, and 3 of the draft.
Oh, absolutely. My draft content, honestly, at NFL Draft _Weston on the app, formerly known as Twitter. I create content for Cheesehead TV, for my website, zerotechdraft.com, and then also here on Mrs. R Relevant on Wednesday nights. All of that I put out, retweet, share through my Twitter account. For the draft, I will be spending night 1 drinking with my buddy. I will be spending night 2 on Cheesehead TV with Nagler, and I'm not actually sure who else, but I'll be spending it on Cheesehead TV. And then for day 3, once again, drinking with buddies, because that's how I like to enjoy my drafts.
Draft for the draft?
Yeah. Draft for the draft. I like that.
So, yes, same with me. Thursday nights are always usually, as I said the other night, and Jerry razzed me for, is an intimate experience with my buddies. Drinking, having some pizza, watching the first round, watching the Sabres game before that, watching the Nuggets game after it. I got a full slate, got multiple TVs stacked up and ready to go for Thursday night. Friday morning, 8 a.m., I'll be on live to review the first round with, I keep forgetting their names. I should probably remember
War
this.
of the Lions.
There you go. Thank you, Jim. I'll be on with them. They're an England-based or UK-based draft coverage for the Lions. And then I'll be back on later that night live streaming with Jim, and then back on with them for a 20-minute spot for a live stream to cover day 2, kind of live reaction, live watch along. Day 3, I was originally not going to be streaming. We'll see what happens. My plans are kind of changing at the moment, and I don't actually know what that means for me, but I will, if you follow me at Wiggly Huddle on Twitter, you'll find out as soon as I do what the plan is for day 3 of the draft.
Okay, well, and you are invited to be on Draft Professor for day 3 if whatever plans you have fall through.
You got it.
Draft Professor will have 5 podcasts Thursday through Sunday. So we're going to be live Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday afternoon, there is a post-draft reaction show. So at minimum on that reaction show, it's Marcus and Dale will be on the Draft Professor reaction show Saturday afternoon. Sunday morning, Jack Brentnall will also have a summary. So Jack's summary will be the best and worst pick of every round. And like as Owen and I were BSing last night, how do you decide who the worst pick of the 7th round is?
Oh, there's a way. There's a way. Don't worry about
Oh,
that.
really?
I'm sure there is, but that'll be fun. I think that'll add some comic relief to the show to decide who was the worst pick of round 7. But anyway, so that's going to be what Draft Professor is doing over the weekend. Monday, we will have our daily draft content. Most of next week, it's just going to be me. I believe the Buffalo Bills crew is getting together Tuesday night next week to go over the Bills draft. I think that's the only regular Draft Professor podcast that is being held next week. And then I guess like 10 days from now, we start summer scouting. So the first Monday of May, we will have our first 2027 draft podcast for you. So want to give a shout out to a couple of draft professors that aren't here. So Jordan, aka Panthers Pulse, he is a new dad as of like 2:30 in the morning last night. Woo! So he was originally going to be doing live coverage on Thursday, and he's like, hey, can't do live coverage anymore. My wife just gave birth. Also want to give a shout out to Drew Collings. Drew podcast Mondays and Saturdays. He is live at the draft. So I'm seeing like all that come through my Twitter feed. So shout out to Drew. But most importantly, a shout out to all the followers like Iowa Joe. It's great to see you. Ryan Sparks, great to see you. JT Olson, great to see you. JT will be part of the Draft Professor live coverage. And I was on Iowa Joe's podcast. I don't remember what day of the week that was, Joe, whether that was Sunday. I think it was Sunday. So I was on Joe's podcast, so thanks for that invite. But this has been a great draft cycle. So, like Newt, Owen, and every draft professor that appeared on one or more podcasts, whether you're still podcasting or whether you're podcasting another channel now, we couldn't do this without all of you. So, to the Bill Sparks of the world, to Owen, Newt, Dale, everybody, wherever you are, thank you sincerely from me to everybody out there. This channel is nothing without the other podcasters as well as the people that watch the shows. So thank you so much. For Newt, Owen, myself, thank you for watching. Tomorrow's draft day, everybody. Merry Draftmas. See you tomorrow.